Hello everyone, welcome to Miss Leo's Tarot. I hope you guys are doing well today. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me. And if you're a current subscriber, thank you so much for showing love and support to my channel. I really appreciate it. All right, so this is going to be a collective love reading. It will not resonate for everybody. These are just general messages, so take what does resonate and leave the rest behind. Okay, so as usual, we're going to start with a couple oracle messages, dive into the reading itself, and then we're going to finish up with a few messages channeled from your person. All right, so let's get into it, everyone. What is going on in the collective's love life? What is the energy coming through? We have mend. So somebody here wants to fix the connection. Perhaps you're in, a no contact situation, or, you've recently ended a relationship. You've walked away from something and your person's wanting to fix the connection. I haven't given up on us just yet, so your person is hoping that maybe you'll reach out, or somehow you guys can get back into communication. Your person's hoping that maybe there's reconciliation in the works. We have confusion, so your person is feeling there's a sense of confusion, not knowing where you stand. This could be your energy or their energy, but there's a sense of clarity not being given in this situation. So yeah, there's a sense of not knowing where you stand with this person. All right, so let's get into the tarot and see what messages pop out for you. All right, so bottom of the deck, we have the Empress, we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Cups. Seven of Cups. All right, so I feel like, that's the reason why you don't know where you stand, or your person doesn't know where you stand. We have Seven of Cups energy here. So there's a sense of, someone not being able to make a decision, someone just having analysis paralysis. Everything's up in the air. Perhaps somebody's afraid to commit to a one option. Perhaps there's, this doesn't have to be for everybody, but, your person feeling like, they just kind of want to, date around kind of thing and not really commit to one person just yet. But what we have here is we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Empress, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. So there's obviously a new beginning for you here in romance. We're going to get more into it in your reading, but yeah, Ace is brand new beginnings coming in. So, it could be a new person coming into your life, or it could be the renewal of a current love connection. We will see when we dive more into the into your reading. But the Empress and the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles is all about long-lasting commitment. So it could very well be a new cycle with the person that you have on your mind. We will get into it. All right, Five of Swords for your energy. We have the Three of Wands for your person's energy, what your person is hiding. We have the Justice. We have the Three of Swords for how your person sees you. So this is interesting. So in your energy, we have the, I don't know if you can see that too well. Yeah. We have the Five of Swords. Okay, so this is all about feeling defeated after repeated misunderstandings with your person here. And this is, this is very perfect with the confusion card coming in. So I feel it's, you don't know where you stand with this person because there could have been a lot of drama, a lot of mind games. Your person could have, I feel like your person left you in a state of not knowing, where things were going. There was a lot of things left unsaid, which made you question, if you were being manipulated by this person. You felt a sense of betrayal by them. And I feel like you were forced to walk away from this connection because obviously it wasn't going anywhere. I feel like you were emotionally exhausted. Okay. We have the Three of Wands in your person's energy. So your person is doing a lot of waiting, a lot of watching you from afar. They're not, making any action here. The Three of Wands is just, waiting energy. Your person's just kind of like, waiting and seeing. They anticipating a future with you, but they're not taking any action. They're thinking long term, but they're not committing to anything. And that kind of is going with the Seven of Cups energy at the bottom of the deck, is your person is not able to commit to a certain decision, is what I'm getting, okay? There's longing, but they haven't moved on energetically, but they're delaying emotional or physical return, to you. They're just kind of watching things and watching how they unfold, okay? So what your person is hiding, we have the Justice card. So what your person is hiding is the fact that they are accountable for what's happened between you two, but they don't want to face up to the consequences. I feel like your person doesn't want to be held accountable. They're hiding guilt, shame, fear of, stepping up and saying, you know what, I was wrong, I'm sorry. I feel like that's a big deal to your person. I feel like your person wants to do right by you, but they're feeling the pressure of having to pay the price to fix it. Could be if your person has a lot of ego, pride issues, this could be very hard for them to humble themselves to you and say, you know what, I'm sorry, like I said. So they may be hiding that they know they wronged you, but they're afraid of facing, the consequences, or they're afraid of facing you too. I kind of get like a little bit of coward vibe, hate to sound harsh, but that's kind of what I'm getting here. They're just kind of like scared of vulnerability too. So we have Three of Swords for how they see you. So obviously they know that they've hurt you. Three of Swords is all about pain, heartbreak, betrayal, and your person is, getting the sense that they have deeply wounded you. And I feel like your person is also really hurt here. What your person wants to have happen, we have the Four of Swords. So your person is wanting, right now they just want space, and they want to kind of like recalibrate themselves as far as kind of figuring out how is it that they're going to approach you. I feel like your person needs time to kind of like gather their thoughts and kind of figure things out within themselves, because I'm getting, like I said, a strong sense of they're afraid to approach you, and they're afraid of, talking about anything with you. So there's a lot of, unsaid things right now. So again, that's what's leading to this confusion here. I feel like it's mutual energy, but there is a sense here that they do want to fix. They're hoping that they can fix the connection. And I feel like your person, once the energy isn't so raw between you two, that's when they're probably going to approach you and kind of like initiate some sort of healing. So they see you as someone that's carrying the heartbreak, but may also, project their own pain onto it as well. So I feel like you both are kind of like suffering here in silence. What's blocking your person? We have the World energy. So I feel like your person, feels like things are completely done between you two, we have, is contact likely? Here we have the Page of Cups. So your person is wanting to reach out here, but I feel like, this chapter, they feel like this chapter is closed. And, that's another reason why they're not sure how to approach you, because even though they feel like this connection is over between you, you still are in their mind and in their energy. Okay. So they're doing a lot of thinking about you. So I feel like your person is going to be reaching out here with the Page of Cups, but it's not going to be anything like a huge grand gesture. It's going to be, kind of like a soft reach out. It's going to be like a small, check-in, some sort of text message or DM or whatever. It's just going to be something small but sincere kind of energy. You know, I feel like your person has fear of change, you know, um, and I feel like your person is hesitating right now because um, they feel like it's too late. So, you know, what's going to trigger contact is a major realization in your person. Okay, the Tower card is sudden. It's sudden realizations, things falling apart to make way for something to be built, you know, in a newer, better way. We have the Six of Wands as what your best move is with the Tower energy. So this is, you know, Spirit saying, look, you need to glow up big time. You need to, you know, really focus on yourself. Maybe if you wanted to get back in the gym, kind of, you know, work on that. If, you know, if health is one of your goals, or if you're, you know, wanting to start a business or whatever it is, Spirit is saying that that's what's going to trigger contact. Is your person is going to be kind of freaked out about the possibility of losing you forever, you know, because they see you shining, you know, they see you out in the spotlight, they see you, you know, radiating, you have your head held high. This is major success energy. This is you being visible, magnetic, you being in your self-worth, you being recognized, you know, living your life as, you know, you're meant to. And this is what's going to spark contact, is because, you know, deep down they're going to feel like, oh my God, I've lost them forever. If I don't act now, then, you know, my chance with them will be over. Because as we've seen in your earlier oracle cards, they do want to fix this connection. There is the hope that, you know, there can be some sort of reconnection between you two. You know, the likely outcome here, and we're going to clarify all these cards here in a minute, but we have King of Pentacles. This is very solid energy. This is talking about, you know, could be an earth sign that you're dealing with. But, you know, this is, you know, mature energy. This is not somebody who plays games. This is someone who's leveled up in life, okay? You know, they're stepping into their masculine energy. So this is someone that's, you know, serious. They're also very, you know, stable. This is someone that's, you know, definitely not, you know, fantasizing anymore, unable to decide. The King of Pentacles is someone that's very serious, committed, and yeah, like I said, doesn't play games. All right, so now we're going to get into clarifying your reading to kind of get a deeper dive into what's going on in this connection. Okay, give me 3 more shuffles. Bottom of the deck, we have the Judgment energy, we have 3 of Cups, and we have the 10 of Wands. So yeah, this is just also, you know, reiterating that someone here is extremely burdened about, you know, about how to approach you here with the 3 of Cups. How are they going to go about reconnecting with you? They are being called. Things are being orchestrated, and, you know, things are aligning for this person to kind of come back. And yeah, we have 5 of Swords in your energy. So yeah, the 7 of Swords, you're suspecting that they're, you know, some sort of player, someone that played games with you, somebody that could have been someone emotionally unavailable, very guarded, very secretive. Yeah, not knowing where you stand with this person. Yeah, so the 7 of Swords, you know, can also speak of, you know, gaslighting, ghosting, you know, emotional withdrawal, somebody not being honest about how they feel, you know, somebody just disappearing without explanation, you know. I feel like there could have been, with the 7 of Swords energy, this is also deceptive energy as well. So, yeah, this is somebody wanting to win, you know, kind of like at all costs, no matter who it hurts kind of vibe. You know, your person caused pain, they caused conflict, you know, they walked away and then refused to take accountability, as we see here with the justice energy. They may be hiding, well, I'm not maybe, they are hiding the fact that they feel guilty. You know, there's this person does have a lot of feelings behind, you know, the fact that they are being silent. And like I said, I feel like there is ego issues here. Your person has a lot of, it's a sense of like false pride, okay? And I feel like your person is pretending not to care, you know, and that's why they're ghosting. For some of you, this person could be ghosting you as a way to avoid facing the consequences of what they did. But the truth is, your person does know that they hurt you very deeply. So this is the kind of energy where, you know, someone's, you know, starts the fight. And I feel like it was your person. They disappeared, you know, and they didn't apologize at all. And I feel like your person kind of is in the vibe where they're blaming it on you here with the Five of Swords energy, making you feel like this is all your fault when really, you know, they're to blame. So your person has walked away and they're acting unaffected on the surface, okay? But they're hiding, you know, deep down the fact that they feel extremely guilty for what they did, and they have a lot of fear around this. You know, they don't want to face what they did to you, so they're staying quiet, and they're hoping that, you know, given enough time here with the Four of Swords and their energy, you know, enough time will pass that will erase kind of what they did. It'll erase the pain. It'll erase that rawness right now between you two. That's why they're not reaching out at this time. They're letting time pass so that, you know, so it makes it easier for them, if that makes sense. So with the Three of Wands in your person's energy, we have the Queen of Wands clarifying the Three of Wands. So your person is seeing you as extremely sexy, extremely magnetic, you stepping into your worth. Okay, you're not chasing. You're not even reaching out to this person. Your energy has completely gone from their life. You know, you are holding back your love, your affection that you once gave this person, the validation you once gave this person, and you know, they're feeling your absence is what I'm trying to say here. Okay? And I feel like your person with the Three of Wands energy is watching you and they're drawn to you, but they're holding back. They're unsure if, you know, if you still see them as, you know, someone that can be in your life. They're waiting for a sign, some sort of shift, you know, and I feel like your person really is trying to work the courage up to come forward towards you. We have Chariot energy clarifying the Justice card for what your person is hiding. Okay, so I feel like your person is trying to regain some sort of self-control emotionally in this dynamic. I feel like your person is, you know, hiding the fact that they're trying to figure out a way. They're plotting a return, basically, okay? So a way to kind of come in and correct the past between you, but they don't want to feel, they want to feel in control when they do that. Because right now, they're feeling completely emotionally overwhelmed, and because they know you do. So, you know, that energy right now is just too raw. So they're just trying to kind of figure out how they're going to come towards you and correct things between you two, if that makes sense. And I do feel like, you know, they are in this energy right now where they're trying to make a decision and they're just waiting for the right moment to act on it. So they're silently working to get back into alignment within themselves, trying to basically, they want to reconcile with you. They know they owe you something karmically, and they're trying to move toward that reconciliation, you know, but they want it on their terms. So it's kind of like a prideful, you know, ego type of energy, if that makes sense. So we have the Three of Swords in how your person sees you. And like I said earlier, your person sees you as deeply hurting, someone that they caused a lot of pain to, okay? But we have the Hierophant card clarifying the Three of Swords. So this person knows that you were the real deal. They feel like you were the one that got away. You were somebody, they could have had a serious long-term committed relationship with. There's depth to you, and your person does realize that. You were somebody that, like I said, expected honesty and loyalty, all those, traditional value type of things that come along with the Hierophant energy. And this person absolutely saw that in you, wife material, husband material, something long-term and committed. It's the energy of, I messed something real up between this person and myself. I messed up, this is someone who meant more to me than I realized. Now I'm realizing that. They see you as someone, that they hurt, not just emotionally, but, on a soul level. You were someone with integrity, values, and somebody that, was extremely loyal. So they didn't hurt just a person, meaning you. They broke a sacred connection, and they're realizing that. So we have the Four of Swords, for what your SP wants to have happen. So obviously right now they want silence, they want space, and to maintain a sense of control. They're not ready to, talk to you, basically. They want that space. They want to think things through. So we have the King of Swords. So this is very detached energy. This is very logical energy. This is your person wanting to, like I said, kind of like think about things. Calculating energy before they rush in and say or do something, and I feel like your person here with the King of Swords, they want to feel like they're in control. This is very prideful energy going on. This is someone that does want to return to you, but on their terms. Like I said, they want to have like, they want to have their armor up, their defenses up, kind of thing, when they talk to you. Yeah, I feel like your person does have a major ego pride issues going on. So we have the World card here for what's blocking the connection, okay? And I feel like it's because, like I said earlier, your person feels that this connection has come to a close. Yeah, they feel like the cycle is complete between you two. That maybe you've outgrown them, maybe you've moved on, feeling like, it's too late to fix things between you two. A sense of them feeling like they've missed their chance, kind of thing. All right, so we have the Empress energy clarifying the World. So really what's blocking this connection is you. They feel like you've grown. You're stepping into your Queen of Wands energy, which is like somebody that's radiating confidence, someone that's super magnetic, somebody that's stepping into their power. Okay, Empress is that type of energy as well. It's, someone that's, up on a pedestal is what I'm getting. They see you glowing. You've leveled up your energy. So I feel like, instead of, you drawing them in, they feel super intimidated by you. That's what's blocking the connection. They don't feel good enough. They feel like you're out of reach. They feel afraid they no longer match your energy, basically. They're uncertain, of how to approach you, who's now sitting on a throne up on that pedestal. They just don't know, how to approach you, because you're obviously radiating and magnetic energy and everything, and they're just afraid of being rejected by you, basically. They don't know how to match your energy is what I'm getting. They feel inadequate. They feel like a loser, basically, in your presence. So in the we have the Page of Cups in, is this contact, are they likely to contact you? The Page of Cups is yes. It's something small. It's saying, hey, I miss you. and I'm just wondering what you're up to, and how have you been, that kind of energy. It's something small, but it's sweet, so it's could be the beginning of some sort of apology, but it's not going to be something major. Okay, so we have clarifying the Page of Cups, we have the Page of Wands. So this is a definite yes, you're definitely going to get contact from this person. The Page of Wands is all about curiosity. It's, super spontaneous. It's interesting to note here that we have 2 pages. So this is very immature energy. This is, not, King of Pentacle energy yet, as we see in the likely outcome. So, this person still feels very drawn to you, very passionate, but it's not super serious yet. It's just a flirty testing message, to see how you respond. It's just basically, them feeling like, I miss you, and I basically need to say something to them right now. So what we have the Tower in what will trigger this contact. So like I said, Spirit is going to shake things up for this person. What's going to trigger them is a sudden realization that you're moving on. So, all right, so we have 7 of Wands clarifying the Tower. So basically, your person's gonna have the sudden realization. It could be through like a dream. It could be like through, maybe they heard a song that reminded you of them, or them of you. Replaying an argument you guys have had. Just feeling like intense loneliness. Or it could be like maybe they saw you with someone else, and that just like shocked, like, sparked this realization. But it's going to be something like that, and it's going to make them feel like, oh my God, I can't resist my feelings any longer. I can't keep this, my emotional guard up. I can't keep wearing this mask, because I truly do have these feelings for, you. But they know that they have to act now, or that the opportunity to be with you is going to be over for good. So we have the 6 of Wands in what's your best move, and that's you glowing up. We have that clarified with the Sun. So yeah, this is you stepping in, like I said, stepping into your power, detaching, focusing on yourself, focusing on what makes you happy, working on your hobbies, starting that business, basically glowing up, So, okay, so we have the King of Pentacles for the likely outcome, clarified by, the Page of Cups again. So yeah, like I said, there's going to be some sort of text message, some sort of, oh my gosh, we have the King of Cups with the Page of Cups energy. Oh my God, and the Queen of Cups, that's a divine counterpart. That's so huge. Let's see one more. And the Magician. Okay, this is manifestation energy. So I don't know if you're into manifesting, or they could be trying to manifest you. Either way, things are aligning behind the scenes that is paving the way for a reconnection here. Yeah, so this is beautiful energy. This is a sweet apology coming here with the Page of Cups. Like I said, it's nothing grand, but is the start. It is the start of an emotional conversation that needs to happen. We're going from Page energy to King energy. That's a huge, improvement in your person. Okay, so this is also the King and Queen of energy is a divine counterpart. Okay, so this is a very strong connection here, and I feel like you both are, this is also mirroring energy. I feel like you both are going to be on the same page emotionally, which is beautiful energy. I don't know, like I said, if you're into manifestation, but if you're into affirming, scripting, consciously creating or anything like that, this is Spirit letting you know that this is working. Okay, things are coming into alignment for you. If you're not really that familiar with manifesting, just know that this situation is unfolding behind the scenes as it's meant to. Okay, so take it however it resonates. But this is awesome. I love it for you. All right, so let's get into, like I said, some channeled messages from your person, so we can close the reading off. You make my heart skip a beat. I get butterflies whenever we talk. I'm realizing your love was holding me together. Give me another message, Spirit. Please forgive me. That's so interesting. Okay, so if they walked away, they regret doing that, and we have at the bottom of the deck, my heart is yearning for you. So yeah, there's a lot of energy here where your person is, you know, feeling the gap between you two. They're feeling the distance. And like I said, it's beautiful energy. Looks like things are going to be wrapping up beautifully for you too. So that's beautiful. So I'm going to end it here. If the reading has resonated with you, if you liked it at all, feel free to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much.